A solution which resists change in its pH value on addition of acid alkali is called the solution. A. Neutral. B. Ideal. C. Buffer. D. Zero pH. The correct answer is buffer. Pick out the wrong statement. A. Weldability of high carbon steel is poorer compared to low carbon steel. B. Invar is a magnetic alloy. C. Magnetic permeability of the diamagnetic material is less than 1. D. Martensitic transformation never goes to complexion, i.e. 100 at room temperature. The correct answer is Invar is a magnetic alloy. The bolt is subjected to when the nut is tightened by putting the washer beneath it. A. Tension. B. Shear. C. Compression. D. Bending tension. The correct answer is tension. Which of the following is not categorized as the or agglomeration process? A. Nodulizing. B. Pelletizing. C. Balling. D. Briquetting. The correct answer is balling. With increase in temperature, the surface tension of water A. increases. B. decreases. C. remains constant. D. increases linearly. The correct answer is decreases. A reduction in thermal resistance during heat transfer does not occur in the A. convection heat transfer by stirring the fluid and cleaning the heating surface. B. conduction heat transfer by reduction in the material thickness and increase in the thermal conductivity. C. radiation heat transfer by increasing the temperature and reducing the emissivity. D. none of these. The correct answer is radiation heat transfer by increasing the temperature and reducing the emissivity. Unit of viscosity in CGS system is A. gm.cm 1 second 1. B. gm. cm2. sec 2. C. gm.cm2 sec 1. D. gm. cm. sec 1. The correct answer is gm.cm 1 second 1. Shaft rotor speed is most accurately measured by A. frequency counter. B. tachometer. C. strobometer. D. speedometer. The correct answer is strobometer. Test determines the yield strength Young's modulus of elasticity percentage reduction in area percentage elongation of a material. A. tensile. B. fatigue. C. impact. D. none of these. The correct answer is tensile. The rolling process cannot be used to produce A. plates. B. rods. C. tubes. D. wires. The correct answer is tubes. Coefficient of performance of a Carnot cycle refrigerator operating between 23C and 27C is A. 3. B. 5. C. 0.5. D. 1.5. The correct answer is 5. Presence of nickel chromium in steel does not raise its A. elastic limit. B. machining properties. C. ductility. D. resilience. The correct answer is elastic limit. Hot extrusion process is not used for making A. cast iron pipe for domestic water supply. B. aluminium curtain rods. C. stainless steel tubes used in furnitures. D. any of these. The correct answer is cast iron pipe for domestic water supply. Addition of to steel does not help in improving its machinability. A. sulfur. B. silicon. C. lead. D. phosphorus. The correct answer is silicon. Quartz is a material. A. diamagnetic. B. ferromagnetic. C. ferroelectric. D. piezoelectric. The correct answer is piezoelectric. The units of the rate constant for a second-order reaction are A. sec 1. mole. B. moles 1. sec 1. C. moles 1. sec 1. D moles 1. Sec 1. The correct answer is moles 1. Sec 1. The most serious manufacturing defect from fracture toughness point of view is A. Surface roughness, B. Pores, C. Spherical inclusion, D. Crack. The correct answer is crack. Leakage in a cooking gas cylinder is detected by A. Radioisotopes, B. Pouring soap solution on the surface and locating the gas bubbles, C. Halide torch, D. Pungent smell of mercaptans present in the gas. The correct answer is pungent smell of mercaptans present in the gas. Which of the following is the most wear-resistant grade of carbide used for the cutting tools? A. Aluminium carbide, B. Tungsten carbide, C. Nickel carbide, D. Iron carbide. The correct answer is tungsten carbide. The ratio of mass of a neutron to that of an electron is about 1839. What is the ratio of the mass of a proton to that of an electron? A. 159, B. 1837, C. 2537, D. 10,000. The correct answer is 1837. Laser is a device to produce A. Gamma rays, B. Microwaves, C. A beam of white light, D. A beam of coherent light. The correct answer is a beam of coherent light. Addition of small amount of to gray cast iron is done to produce nodular gray cast iron. A. Manganese, B. Phosphorus, C. Magnesium, D. Chromium. The correct answer is magnesium. Minimum thermal efficiency of a steam boiler may be around %. A. 25, B. 45, C. 65, D. 20. The correct answer is 20. The temperature at which the magnetic property of iron disappears, i.e. it becomes non-magnetic, and its electrical conductivity specific heat also changes, is called the Curie point, which is C. A. 768, B. 908, C. 1400, D. 1539. The correct answer is 768. Fatigue limit improvement by overstressing the metal by successively increasing the load is called coaxing. In fatigue failure the material fails. A. Below the yield point, B. Above the yield point, C. Below the elastic limit, D. At the elastic limit. The correct answer is below the yield point. The malleability of a material is the property by virtue of which it can be rolled or hammered into thin sheets. Which of the following materials has the maximum malleability? A. Lead, B. Copper, C. Aluminium, D. Wrought iron. The correct answer is lead. Particle nature of cathode rays is proved due to the fact that they A. Travel in a straight line, B. Get deflected by magnetic electric field, C. Produce fluorescence, D. Heat the exposed material. The correct answer is get deflected by magnetic electric field. The most commonly used moderator in nuclear power plants is A. Graphite, B. Light water, C. Heavy water, D. Beryllium. The correct answer is graphite. Babbitt lining is used on brass bronze bearings to increase the A. Anti-friction properties, B. Compressive strength, C. Bearing resistance, D. Wear resistance. The correct answer is wear resistance. The heat of neutralization remains constant when there is a reaction between dilute solutions of strong A. Base and strong acid, B. Base and weak acid, C. Acid and weak base. D. None of these. The correct answer is base and strong acid. Joining of thin foils is preferred to be done by A. Gamma rays, B. X-rays, C. Microwaves, D. Gas welding. The correct answer is microwaves. Which of the following metals reacts violently with water? A. Mercury, B. Sodium, C. Calcium, D. Magnesium. The correct answer is sodium. A steam carrying pipeline is insulated with two layers of insulating materials, with the inferior insulation material forming the inner part. If the two insulating layers are interchanged, the heat conducted will A. increase, B. decrease, C. remain unaffected, D. may increase or decrease, depends on the thickness of each layer. The correct answer is remain unaffected. Damage to metal surface by mechanical action is called A. pitting, B. corrosion, C. erosion, D. none of these. The correct answer is erosion. The escape velocity of a body on Earth which is independent of its mass is about km/second. A. 3, B. 7, C. 11, D. 15. The correct answer is 11. Which of the following test is used for distinguishing among dry oils, semi-drying oils, and non-drying oils? A. Iledon test, B. Raychart-Maze value test, C. Hunter value test, D. Iodine value test. The correct answer is Iledon test. The wet bulb temperature is lower in dry air than in wet air at the same temperature. A dry bulb thermometer registers a higher temperature than a wet bulb thermometer except at % relative humidity. A. 0, B. 100, C. 50, D. none of these. The correct answer is 100. The process of removal of scale formed during hot rolling of steel is termed as A. descaling, B. short blasting, C. pickling, D. skimming. The correct answer is pickling. A psychrometer does not measure the temperature of moist air. A. dew point, B. dry bulb, C. wet bulb, D. none of these. The correct answer is dew point. An ideal material for making cooking vessels should have A. high heat capacity, B. low heat capacity, C. high thermal conductivity, D. both B and C. The correct answer is both B and C. Which of the following approaches the ideal gas behavior most closely? A. wet steam, B. saturated steam, C. superheated steam, D. saturated water. The correct answer is superheated steam. Which of the following is not the function of a volute casing provided in a centrifugal pump? A. to reduce the head loss in discharge, B. to increase the pump efficiency, C. to collect liquid from the periphery of the impeller and to transmit it to the delivery pipe at constant velocity, D. to increase the pump discharge rate. The correct answer is to increase the pump discharge rate. The pressure outside a bubble droplet of liquid is the internal pressure. A. greater than, B. less than, C. equal to, D. unpredictable, depends on the bubble size. The correct answer is less than. Two wires of the same radius material having length in the ratio of 1:2 are stretched by the same force. The strain produced in the two wires will be in the ratio of A. 1:1, B. 1:2, C. 2:1, D. 1:4. The correct answer is 1:1. Powder metallurgy technique is used in the production of tools. A. tungsten carbide, B. high carbon steel, C. high speed steel, D. drilling. The correct answer is tungsten carbide. Principal alloying elements of cast tool alloys which have very high wear resistance, high temperature strength are A. Cobalt chromium tungsten, B. Cobalt chromium nickel, C. Molybdenum tungsten chromium, D. Cobalt zirconium molybdenum. The correct answer is Cobalt chromium tungsten. Which of the following is the most suitable material of construction for the condenser tubes where the cooling medium is brine salty water? A. Aluminium, B. Copper, C. Titanium, D. Stainless steel. The correct answer is titanium. Which of the following is an ore dressing operation? A. Classification, B. Smelting, C. Roasting, D. None of these. The correct answer is classification. Gratings is associated with the measurement of A. Linear displacement, B. Concavity convexity, C. Surface texture, D. Flatness. The correct answer is linear displacement. Joint is mostly used for joining pipes carrying water at low pressure. A. Nipple, B. Socket, C. Union, D. Bell and spigot. The correct answer is socket.